So, we've been having some interesting weeks, some interesting days. Um, Certain things have occurred that has brought some things to my attention. I think you as well. And for me, just pertaining more to how we actually prepare. When I say we, meaning the diasporas, how we prepare in our coming. Once we make the decision to come to Africa, whatever country it might be, once we make that decision, and we move about, my concern a lot of times is how properly did we prepare mentally and emotionally, maybe even spiritually, but primarily mentally and emotionally. And I have reason to believe that some people among us, the diasporas in particular, believe or think, and then I could be completely wrong. I don't know, but it's just certain activities, certain actions, and that I've been able to observe and experience and witness, that some people believe that, I think, that coming to Africa is the ultimate solution. You understand? And living in America, it's challenging, right?
Yo, this Nairobi weather.
It's weather. It's a little chilly out.
Got me
Shiver me timbers.
Oh boy, it's just blowing the back of my head, and I'm like, yeah.
Anyway, I believe that, if that's the case, if that is the case, I don't know if that's really a good thing, because it puts the individual in a position as if they're running and they're running away, but you never run away, right? You never run away, because wherever you go, there you are. If we are not in the right frame of thinking, in the right mind, it's almost like this. I'll put it like this. As Muslims, right, when we go to Hajj, we make pilgrimage, right, to the holy city, and the preparation is not, of course, it's financial preparation. However, the most important part of the preparation is making sure that the mind is clear. And the mind being clear is not just knowing that this is where you're going to make the Hajj, but the mind being clear, meaning if you have anything that is lagging or causing you to lag, meaning any debt, any, not just financial debt, but any unresolved matters and issues with persons or different people, all of those particular things play an important part, because when you go, you want to be fully present, and you want to be able to have the experience that is designed, intended for it to be. So nearly the same when we come to Africa and we want to have a better quality of life and living. A lot of times, in some cases, the reason why we don't have the quality of life and living that we desire is because it's unresolved issues that we have.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, in their idea of repatriation, is to save. In their mind, I gotta do this to save my children.
Okay.
I need to get out of here. I don't want my children indoctrinated. I don't want them seeing this, living this, blah, blah, blah. Which is very, very valid reasons.
Sure it is.
But then you go to research on where you're going to go, right? And because we haven't lived there before, we miss the psychological effect that changing that environment for your child, what kind of effect does it cause?
Right.
So even though you might be in your mind saving their life, I mean, we had this thought.
Right.
We talk about when the day before we left, right? Or was it the same day we were leaving and we're packing up the cars with all our luggage, and the niece disappears.
Where,
Right? She just disappears.
Where's she go? We're trying to get out of here.
And I'm running down the street screaming her name. You running through the house. Somebody else is running around the corner. We're screaming her name because the thought is she's been snatched. And not only will she be snatched, she'll be sex trafficked or body parts removed, or anything could happen.
Sure.
When we were in the States, and then come to find, like, I'm near tears, like freaking out, can't believe this is happening on the day that we are trying to leave. And this is why we're leaving, one of the big reasons. And then she comes out of the closet upstairs. She was getting her coat or hangers or something, she was saying, in my mom's room. So yeah, you have these panic attacks, like, no, I have to get my child out of here. And we're leaving, we're coming to Africa. And for us, we chose Rwanda. And because it's so safe and so beautiful and so peaceful, we were like, this is a great choice. We did not think about the side effects of bringing our children there, and there was nothing there to offer them outside of
safety and security
and beauty.
Right.
So we went through children having tantrums, falling out, screaming. One time call themselves running away.
Where you going, child?
I'm going home. I hate it here, and we go through all those things, and it's like it tears at you because in your mind you're like, but I did this for you. I want to save you. I'm trying to give you a better option in life. So in the planning of where to go, and that's why we talk about, for one, we talk about Kenya being the family place, because we didn't know we needed such a place when we first left. So now we watch our girls kind of thrive now. They happy. There's something out there. There's always something different. They be like, where are we going? And then they're excited, and there's everything that you could, just forget it. You can't even imagine the opportunities in this one place, because we're weighing it against where we just came from and the lack of opportunities for the children in that place. And so thinking about even my own granddaughter, remember when we first came to Rwanda and she was crying, she was very upset. It was very hard for her, and she was crying a lot. And she was more so crying that she wasn't happy that we were here. She was also crying that she left what she knew, her friends, her mother.
Right.
And so it was torment.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, in our minds, we're like, well, we're the adults. We know better. You don't know what we're trying to save you from. We don't know where we're taking you from and why we're going here. And we kind of discount, like we kind of feel like you owe a child an apology, because we discount how they feel because we know better. So that means your feelings are almost irrelevant because you don't know. You're young. You don't know what we're saving you from. They don't understand. But all they know is, well, I'm in this place and I'm in prison.
Well, I think, and that's you're absolutely right. And we went through these things. This is why we can talk about them, and we can identify when we see it outside of ourselves. And it's very humbling for sure, because looking back now, being in a different environment, a different and better space and place, then we can really see it for what it was and see it for what it is. And these are those things that you can't research. You won't know until you know.
But you can research
what it is for
Right.
For a complete experience,
right.
not just for
the adults to
right.
feel safe, but for the moms,
right.
for the children. If you got dogs, because some people bring their pets over
right.
here, is it a pet-friendly place?
Right.
These are the things you got to research that you don't even know that you should research.
It's true. You
don't think of it. You just know, I have to get up out of here.
And that goes to, like, kind of to my point. It's like we have this, I gotta go, and it's emotional. right?
Yeah.
And it's warranted because we understand how it is living in that particular cultural society. It gets to the point where enough is enough, and our lens and the scope is very narrow. We just are looking at what is right in front of us. Let me make sure that I can get there, which is why when that occurred on the day of, we were like, "Come on, man! We
Yeah,
right there.
we
at the
were already
threshold.
afraid. Like
We ready we going to the
Yep.
and this happens at this point.
And keep in mind, before you leave on that big trip, even when we would just go on a regular trip, I don't even want to go outside. I don't want to go to
You
the
want
stores.
nothing?
I don't want nothing. Ain't nothing going to stop us from getting out of here today. And for that to happen that day, I just almost collapsed. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
We were
man.
safeguarded up all the way up to this
Oh,
point.
my God.
But-
And you think about it in the planning phase, especially as a family, there's obstacles with passports, obstacles with school transcripts, with all kinds of stuff that you're dealing with.
yeah.
And so for you get to that last day, you done got through all of that madness. You get through that last day, and then the child just disappears.
Seemingly disappears. But we have to understand that, more and more as, we are living here and, we're still journeying, we've arrived, but, arriving here is not the complete destination. It is the beginning really of the journey, because it is really these discoveries, these self-discoveries, because we have to undo and unlearn and uncondition and all of those. And now you get the chance to really see who you are and what you are. And even the dynamics of relationship, husband to wife, parent to child, all of those dynamics, they become
They get challenged
and redefined.
when you're you're redoing your life.
Right.
The destination, we gotta quote this and put it in platinum.
And platinum, okay.
Yeah, the destination is living.
It's living.
That's deep, right?
Destination is
That's
living.
deep, because
I like it.
It's no end point,
Because the journey continues.
right? And so every day is a journey, and it's a learning experience. I don't regret our choices and our experience as far as the coming to Africa is concerned.
No.
I wish we thought of that part of the research we didn't do.
No, we didn't.
How will the children thrive? What is there for children?
No, we didn't.
It was more so we both had our moms, so our focus was we wanted somewhere where the moms could be safe, where the moms could be happy, where we can open our business. I don't recall thinking, I guess it was just natural, the children, there would be stuff for children. I don't know. I don't recall thinking of that component. What can the child do?
Absolutely. And I don't think that we were altogether wrong. You understand, as far as gathering with family and moving about, and even what our thought was at that time as it relates to the children, because as parents, that's what we do. We think about their well-being, and circumstances in the States at the time, and even now, of course, it was, we just didn't know. You didn't know. And so we were thinking, because Rwanda, given that it is a very secure and safe place, that it would just be a great fit for our children, not realizing and taking into consideration what their personal interests might be, and if that particular country was able to accommodate as a child, not even just dealing with them as individuals, but just generally as a child, because not really much to do for children there.
Yeah.
So,
and then you. So I think in the planning, if we had to redo the thought process, I think in the planning process, I would say, what is there for our children? What can they do? How can they thrive? And you don't want to just say, I want to get them out of here. You have to remember, you done gave them a quality of life that they're used to up to that point.
it's true.
So changing that quality of life could cause severe mental harm to that child.
Anguish.
They're frustrated,
Right.
they don't understand, they feel they're being punished. And it, in the long term, it causes them to hate where they are.
It's true.
So keeping the same quality of life, that's your research for the child.
And that's a good point right there.
Yeah. What do we right now, it's like for us, we loved going to parks. We took the children, the girls, to the parks probably every couple of days, riding bikes. We enjoyed doing outside activities. Back then, the water thing, we just had a great time. Atlanta offered all of that. We didn't think, all right, let's see if Rhonda has the same thing. And it does, it's probably due now. I'm learning they're getting some things in development, but at this point, almost 3 years in, they wanted that. They desired it. They remembered it. Dancing in the park, music, festivals, and barbecues, and this and that. They were looking for that because that was their quality of life.
Right.
So we can't say, I'm taking you away from here because this place, I don't want you to see this kind of madness. And okay, that's fine. That's true. You have to do that. You're a parent. You want to protect them and help develop them in the way you want them to go. Keep in mind, they've already been living a little bit. And you taking them from that quality of life, it needs to be comparable to where you're taking them.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's absolutely 100% right. So if we're looking, and there's nothing wrong with it, looking for the remedies or the solutions to our as an individual, personal problems, but most cases, those solutions don't come from without, they come from within. And if we're looking to Africa as being, it may be a solution on one hand, but it may not be fully comprehensive in that sense. The thing about it is that, just like in anything, you have to have a proper mental preparation. You have to have a solid spirit. This is why having a lot of people look for a church community or a spiritual community that they can, because they need that type of foundation. They have to maintain, I should say, that foundation. And so that's important. So that's all I really have. I just, this is some things I observed. And it's really pointing back to me. And I think a lot of that had, what I was going through, a lot of that had to do with, realizing that I myself probably wasn't really mentally prepared. I just saw it very narrow, as I yearned for the brotherhood. As you saw at nighttime, and at nights we talking, and I'm like, my spirit is down because I desired the brotherhood. That's what I knew. That's what I needed, and it wasn't quite here. So hindsight is 2020, and it's a blessing to continue on this particular journey and come across these self-discoveries, man. They're beautiful. They're really beautiful. So with that, thank you so very much. We truly appreciate you once again allowing us to expose our vulnerability and share with you the things that we are learning on this journey here in beautiful Africa. And we're grateful to be here in Nairobi. The road has led us here, and it's been proven to be what we were needing and looking for and familiar with. So we're grateful.
And we are, for those that are coming to the event on the 28th, you will be shocked to see that we are actually doing an intimate conversation live from the event. So come and be a part of that.
Come be a part of it. And have your questions. We'll try to answer them as much as possible as we dialogue and share our innermost with you. So thank you. If you have not subscribed and you're seeing this for your first time, please, we would love to have your subscription. And if you're not seeing this for the first time or still seeing it for the first time, please hit that like button. We like buttons. And share it. We love to be able to have the experience that we are having, share with whomever and wherever it can be shared.
And if you are considering relocating to Africa, particularly Kenya, these are the type of questions that we help you with, the type of things that you're thinking about and trying to figure out. These are some of the things that we address. What do you need to prepare for? Because these are not things that you would typically know in your mind. These are things that have had to have happened in your life for you to understand this is what I got to think about. So contact the dealer's relocation services so you don't make those same oops
that we made.
Yeah.
All right. Peace and blessings.